I've been surrounded by Dragon Ball for what feels like my entire life. Even before I even understood what a Dragon or a Ball was, I think I had VHSs of old Dragon Ball episodes when I was really young. But I don't think I would be a Dragon Ball fan today if it wasn't for Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the PlayStation 2. This game made me a Dragon Ball fan. I might have been exposed to Dragon Ball earlier in my life before seeing this game, but this was the one that dragged me in. I remember going to my neighbor's house to hang out, and he had a PS2 with this game on it. Since then, I wanted more. I wanted to play more Dragon Ball. So of course, I ended up with most of the Dragon Ball games on PS2, spending most of my time playing Budokai 1. And even to this day, I'll still come back to this game. Probably because of my nostalgia bias, but that's beside the point. Originally releasing on the PS2 on December 3rd, 2002, this marked the very first time that a Dragon Ball game was fully dubbed by Funimation.
Kakarot, do you have any idea how lucky you are that a super elite warrior like myself has decided to let you have a fighting chance?
Hey, thanks. But I don't expect a fair fight. It doesn't seem like your style.
This game was so important to the Dragon Ball community that they re-released it in an HD collection, and completely butchered the soundtrack while they were at it.
I can't believe you fell for that trick! Too bad! Now you're all mine!
Stop it! Let that go!
I can't believe you fell for that trick! Too bad! Now you're all mine!
Stop it! Let that go!
I'm not going to get too deep into this topic because I might get flamed in the comments depending on my stance with it. But essentially in 2011, Dragon Ball's main music composer, Yamamoto, apparently plagiarized his music. Many of his musical works in Dragon Ball sounded very familiar to other works, so Toei Animation completely erased any trace of him in any Dragon Ball related project. When they released this game in the HD collection for PS3 and Xbox 360 in 2012, every single track in the game was replaced with a number of tracks from other Dragon Ball games, specifically Tenkaichi 2, Raging Blast, Ultimate Tenkaichi, and many others. Now I'm not saying these tracks are bad, I think some of them sound great. But in Budokai 1 it just feels weird. Now this might just be my bias talking, but the original soundtrack is leagues better than this. Copyright laws be damned, they were bangers. Alright, I think I should actually start talking about the game. I can already feel the heat from the comments section, so the game, am I right? Oh, that's just bliss. Heading into the story mode, it's just a retelling of the Dragon Ball Z story, starting with the Attack of the Saiyans, all the way up to the Cell games. No Boo in this game, sadly. Despite the PAL box art showing Boo Saga characters. Who made this box art? Did they even play the game? It has Popovich on the front of the box along with the Great Saiyaman, which granted is in the game but as a secret unlockable character. And on the back you got Boo, Dabura, Babidi, and Majin Vegeta? What the fuck happened here? Anyway, you might have already noticed the art style in this game. It screams early PS2 graphics, doesn't it? Well, again, might be my bias. I love the way this game looks. Something about the character models just reminds me of old Dragon Ball toys for some reason. They just look like action figures fighting it out, and I weirdly love that. I actually love this art style way more than what future Budokai games would do. Not that those games look bad, I just prefer this goofy ass looking game. The story mode picks up every beat from the anime. You can understand everything going on easily by playing through this. Sure, you don't get the Boo saga, but that's okay. A lot of people say the series should have ended on the Cell games anyway. And I say this because the cutscenes in story mode does the series justice. You see it all play out right in front of you after every fight, and they're great. No other game in the Budokai series has even come close to making a story mode as good as this one. Budokai 2 is just a board game. Budokai 3 is a fucking visual novel. And the Tenkaichi games are fucking lazy.
Do you have any special attacks I don't know about?
Sorry, can't say I do.
Slacker. And here I've been training seriously, developing something new.
What are you two whispering about?
Those games have their own good points, but when it comes to the story mode, nothing comes close to how Budokai 1 does it, and I love it for that. The characters just have so much expression here, especially Frieza. For the longest time when I was younger, when someone would mention Frieza to me, I would think of the way Frieza looks in this game, in his base form. I remembered Frieza from his base form more than I did his final form. I don't know what it is, it just looks good in this game. The gameplay itself is a 3D fighter, similar to Tekken or Soul Calibur. And you'd think there'd be a lot of shenanigans going on in this game, considering it's Dragon Ball. But this is like the most grounded Dragon Ball you'll ever play. You can't just do a simple input and do Kamehameha from the other side of the screen. In order to pull some special moves off, you have to input them like a combo. No quarter circles, no half circles, just punch 4 times and press the energy button and that's a special move. It gets a bit more complicated with some moves, but they're mostly just a variation of punch punch kick energy. This isn't a bad way of doing special moves, it's just awkward sometimes because once you're committed to the combo, it's hard to stop yourself from doing it. At least to me it felt that way. I don't mind this, but I definitely had some problems remembering Budokai 3 inputs. I can't talk about this game without mentioning this. This, my friends, is the only minigame that is required to beat the story mode. Out of all the other scenes they could have made into a minigame, fucking Goku holding Raditz from behind? For some people, this minigame is easy. For some other people, it's annoying. I'm one of the ones that got annoyed.
Don't push your luck! Don't push your luck! Don't push your luck! Don't push your luck!
Gohan, forgive your father.
They could have made a minigame out of, I don't know, cutting Grade 8 Vegeta's tail, or trying to mash out of his grip, or having a beam clash at the end with Cell and Gohan. Or, fuck it, chuck Dragon Balls from Frieza's ship. Why is this the only minigame in this game? The story mode is weird. Most of the fights are in Goku's perspective. There's only a few times where you play as anyone that isn't Goku. And that's Gohan and Piccolo for like 4 fights. But once you beat the story mode, you can go back and redo fights, or do the extra fights that the first playthrough didn't give you. These fights are just in the perspectives of other characters that aren't Goku. Oh, look right there, another minigame. Charging the specialty cannon. Why is this here? But the cool part about going back to story mode are the what-if stories for each arc. Like, what if Vegeta beat Goku and everyone else? Well, he would become a Super Saiyan, obviously. What if Frieza beat Goku? He would become immortal. This is the lamest of the what-if stories. But the coolest what-if story is with Cell. What if he absorbed Krillin? This is fucking cursed! Even worse, you get to play as it! This is both the most disturbing and cool thing this game has ever given us. Hate his voice though, I can do without his voice.
I'm not gonna let some punk like you walk all over me! Give me a break! You can't send Yamcha to fight me all by himself! It's just not fair!
Not so fast!
Aside from all of that, I think what the story mode does best is teach you the mechanics of the game. It starts you out easy with the Saiyan Saga fights. And then once the Frieza Saga starts, it has a tutorial on how to do the more advanced mechanics, like deflecting ki and clashing with heavy attacks, which is my favorite way to destroy my controller. You either have to mash all of the face buttons or rotate the sticks really fast to win the clash. I prefer the method that wins. You know, this is probably why most of my PS2 controllers don't work anymore. After beating all of story mode, including the extra fights, you unlock the majority of the characters to play in versus mode. I remember playing versus mode with my friends so much, and I just love the stage select screen. Look at the pop-up effect on these things. They're fucking cool and charming, and I don't know why more games do stuff like this. But even after doing all of that, you're still missing one character on the select screen. How do you unlock him? By doing the tournament mode. This was my favorite mode as a kid. I think it's just the way it presents itself. It looks cool as hell. They have this zoom in with all the character portraits and the announcer saying the names of the fighters as if it's a real tournament. And the stage itself just looks cool. It's not always fun though. The mode is separated into 3 difficulties, the other 2 being unlockable through the shop. Novice is 3 fights, Adept is 4 fights, and Advanced is 5 fights. And as the difficulty increases, so does the reward money. And you need this money to unlock more stuff in this game, and unfortunately, story mode doesn't give you any. So if you want to see more of the cool shit this game has to offer, you're going to spend a lot of time in this mode. You can either take your opponent out normally by reducing their health to 0, or ring them out, which is the most efficient method but also the hardest to do sometimes. Once you get to the advanced difficulty, these fights can be annoying to get a ring out on. The AI knows exactly when to block and how to punish you, it's almost unfair. Beating Adept mode unlocks Hercule as a playable character. Beating Advanced mode unlocks the Great Saiyaman as a playable character, which both Teen Gohan and Saiyaman are hidden behind Kid Gohan's icon. Once you select him, they both pop up just like that. Hercule's kind of a joke character in this game, but he's also kinda good, at least in tournament mode where he can get easy ring outs. The same could go for Great Saiyaman if it wasn't so easy to punish his moves. After winning a few tournaments, you'll want to head into the skill edit mode. In this mode, you can buy more capsules to edit your characters and unlock new modes. This is the first time Dragon Ball games started doing stuff like this, and it would be a staple in the series being able to edit your characters to your liking. What skills you want on them, items to help benefit them in some ways, specifically the Senzu Bean getting you right back up after a knockdown. But one of the coolest things you can do with this is with Frieza. If you're lucky enough to find the capsule Frieza spaceship in the skill shop, buy it and equip it to Frieza. What it does is when Frieza is knocked down in a fight, his spaceship will come pick him up and you'll be dropped down as Mecha Frieza fully healed. This is fucking badass. This is why I love this game so much, though there are some limits with these. Annoying limits. Like Goku, the guy with the most skills in the game, has to use up half of his skill slots just so he can go Super Saiyan. You can't just go straight to Super Saiyan, are you crazy? No. You gotta go in order from Kaioken, Kaioken times 5, and Kaioken times 10. Then you can go Super Saiyan. That's just fucking stupid. Luckily, there is a skill called Breakthrough for every character. These breakthrough skills allow you to use every skill that character has access to, with the downside of using up the entire skill slot, which means you can't equip items to them. This is fine because breakthroughs make your character overpowered anyway. But you can't buy these breakthrough capsules in the store. They're locked behind the Dragon Balls. Yeah, I didn't even know Dragon Balls were a thing you could collect in this game for the longest time. How do you even get them? Through the illusion of choice. I hate the way this skill shop works. You're never guaranteed the skills you want because purchasing anything up here is a gamble. You're buying a capsule of that specific color that is completely random. Picking gamble is the same thing, except it can literally be anything. The only way you can actually pick what you want to buy is the recommended section. Every time you enter the shop, it's a different capsule. They can be any kind of capsule, including new modes and Dragon Balls. And Dragon Balls are on the rare end. So you know what I had to do? Leave and go back in for 2 hours straight trying to find them all. After you waste 8,000 Zenny on each Dragon Ball, you can make a wish. Out of 3 randomized breakthrough skills. Are you fucking kidding me? After all that time cycling through random items, wasting so much money on Dragon Balls just to get a breakthrough capsule that I can't even pick. It literally gave me the option of 3 characters with very little skills. I'm pretty sure I can get all the skills I want with these characters without even filling their skill slots. The skill edit mode is an ambitious thing, and yes, it did go on to be an even better system in later games. But my god, this was not the way to do it. I'm not even kidding when I say I wasted 2 hours cycling through the store looking for these fucking Dragon Balls, and it wasn't even worth it. Okay, calm down. I'm not even done yet. There's still one more thing to talk about. A hidden mode in the game that you can unlock once you beat a tournament mode and buy it from the skill shop. A mode called Legend of Hercule. This is almost its own hidden story mode. It comes with its own cutscenes and unique dialogue with Hercule in between fights. It's just a shame the mode kinda sucks. Essentially, it's an arcade mode where you can only play as Hercule. And each fight has special conditions, like sometimes your health won't fill up between a match, and sometimes you got a strict time limit. So this is basically a score tag mode. In between each match, you're rewarded points. These points are determined by how well you did in a fight. How many moves did you do? How much health did you have? Did you get hit? How fast did you beat your opponent? Did you finish the fight with a super move? Shit like that. And what do these points do for you? Fucking nothing. There are only 11 fights, and they're all the same regardless of difficulty choice. There's not even a leaderboard system to keep track of that high score. The entire point of this mode is to get as much points as you can, and it's not even good at doing that. It's a cool mode as a what if Hercule beats Cell, because that is essentially what it is. You don't even unlock anything from this mode, so at most, it's just a cool thing you can do if you're a fan of Hercule.
Here. Say goodbye. KO!
And that was Dragon Ball Z Budokai. How does it hold up? Pretty damn good. I still love this game despite its extra bullshit. And yes, as painful it is to admit, the HD collection is the best way to play this game. It might not have the banger soundtrack I remember this game for, but seeing this game in HD is something you can't pass up. For the longest time, I've said that the best way to get into Dragon Ball without having to watch through the anime, well, first it's the abridged series. But if you wanted to experience the story through a game, I would have recommended this game highly. I don't have to tell you guys to go play this game, because most of you watching probably already have. But if you haven't played it, first of all, how did you find this video? Second, I mean, I guess you can play it. Nowadays, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you were already a Dragon Ball fan. If you're looking for a way to get into the series through a video game, like I did, then play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That's a great game in itself, and it has so much content in it. Back then, Budokai was a great introduction to the series. I'm proof of that. But nowadays, it's more so for the longtime fans. Fans who've been around for a while. And there were a mountain of good Dragon Ball games that would be easier to get into than this one. I hate saying this, but it's best to remember what this game did for the series and leave it at that. As good as this game is, and as much as I love playing it, there isn't really much reason to go back to it. But that doesn't mean it's any less important to the franchise. I have to thank this game for making me a Dragon Ball fan, and I promise it isn't going to be forgotten anytime soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. I am right on the cuffs of 900 subscribers by the time I'm uploading this video. And that's just... I still can't fathom that. That's just crazy to me. I don't know how else to thank you guys. I'm going to continue making videos like this. I'm going to continue uploading at an irregular schedule because making these videos take a lot of time. So if you guys want to make sure you catch my next video, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, do all that stuff that support me. I'll see you guys in the next one.